we're reading about Terrier or whatever.
Terrar.
Fucking Terrar. And it's so gross. It just like gets worse and worse and worse. I mean, saggy cheeks and shit like that. And he ate everything. And he was this skinny little fucking thing. This twat of a man. You know, with saggy titty cheeks. And he smelled so bad. And it just reminds me of like the patients. Like, oh my God, they smell so bad. So that's what I have as a reference point, right? But then when I read this, I'm like, damn, I don't think any one of our homeless schizophrenic men has smelled as bad as this. It says he constantly had foul body odor. He was described as stinking to such a degree that he could not be endured within the distance of 20 paces. The smell would get noticeably worse after he had eaten. His eyes and cheeks would become bloodshot. A visible vapor would rise from his body. It was probably green and shit. Oh my God.
Bro had stink lines.
He had stink lines. Where the fuck am I? And he would become lethargic, during which time he would belch. He would belch noisily, and his jaws would make swallowing motions. He had chronic diarrhea. Oh my God, I would not want to be standing behind him. Which was said to be fetid beyond all conception. Oh my God. When have you ever heard of anything being described like that? When? Like in all of your life reading books, when have you ever heard anyone say that? Or nope. Fetid beyond all conception. What? Despite his large intake of food, he did not appear either to vomit excessively or to gain weight. That prick. Aside from his eating habits, his contemporaries saw no apparent signs of mental illness or unusual behavior in him. Whoa! So he was like a normal, he just ate your fucking chair, your favorite chair, and then like after he fucking swallows it and then belches, he's like, so like, where are you going after this? You know, you wanna go get something to eat?
And he puts 12 eggs in his mouth.
And he's asking you this while he's stuffing his mouth full of eggs.
12 eggs and 16 apples.
And he just keeps doing that to like everything,
So,
waiting for you to fucking answer.
Hey, so how long have you had this ashtray? That was a family heirloom.
That used to belong to my grandma.
My grandpa he made that.
So the last thing we have, a peepaw.
We turned his ashes into that.
I'm like, okay.
He licks the ashes like cinnamon.
And then this guy's like he's about to cry, and he goes, "Grandpapa." Grandpapa. And I'm like, hey, Grandpapa was seasoned.
Did you guys feed him? It tastes good.
It's spicy.
Okay. Despite his large intake of food, he did not appear either to vomit excessively or gain weight. Aside from his eating habits, his contemporaries, I want to say that's what it says, saw no apparent signs of mental illness or unusual behavior in him other than an apparently apathetic temperament with a complete lack of force and ideas.
I don't think this person was a guy.
Really?
I don't think he was human.
Well, he said he. It says he.
I'm not saying like he's non-binary. I'm saying that he's not like a human.
Like he's an alien or some shit?
Or like some kind of creature, because he looked like that, he smelled like that, but then he was just some guy.
Why doesn't he take a shower then? If he... It doesn't make sense that if he had no mental illness, like he's not schizophrenic or anything, why wouldn't he shower then?
I mean, it could have been poor. I'm talking about like...
I mean, because it doesn't mention that he showered.
Hold on, it gets crazier.
Okay, hold on. Then let me get there.
No, Mom, I swear to God, it gets fucking crazier.
Lack of ideas. Okay, the cause of terror's behavior is not known. While there are other documented cases of similar behavior from the period, none of the subjects other than Terrer were autopsied, and there have been no modern documented cases resembling Terrer. Hyperthyroidism can induce an extreme appetite, rapid weight loss, profuse sweating, heat intolerance, and fine hair. Hold on, it says Bonson speculates that Terrer had a damaged amygdala. It is known that injuries to the amygdala in animals can produce polyphagia. Polyphagia or hyperphagia is an abnormally strong, incessant sensation of hunger or desire to eat, often leading to overeating, in contrast to an increase in appetite following exercise. Polyphagia does not subside after eating and often leads to rapid intake of excessive quantities of food. Wait, so smelling like that, he fucking, what did he join the army? He smelled like that and he joined the army. He literally, all he had to do was walk through crowds and he would win the war. You know? Because he smelled so bad.
Like this.
So the army said, well, thank you.
Just walk over there, fool. Just walk. You don't need a weapon.
Yeah, go there. Here's your uniform. Welcome to the army.
Can you show me how to work? No.
No.
Just put it on. Here's some instructions.
It's a kite. It's a little airplane.
You land the kite right on him. No, I don't want the kite back. Keep it.
It's disposable. Just throw it away.
I get the string. I'm like, yeah, keep it. Now go forth and kill thy enemy with your fucking BO.
We're never gonna get through reading this. Okay. Military service.
Imagine, JJ. Imagine that nigga in a submarine.
Oh.
In a submarine. Holy shit, man.
I'll be so mad. I'm killing myself.
There's nowhere you can go.
In the submarine, nigga. I can't crack a window.
No, they would definitely, I don't know, make them sleep on the fucking outside.
By the engine department. This is your room. Next to these big silos. Even the machines are like, nigga.
You go in there and they're like, kind of like this.
Where'd you find this food? I know he's smart and his GPA and all that, but...
Okay, let's get through this shit, man. Come on.
Go.
Focus. Okay. On the outbreak of the War of the First Coalition, Terrer, I fucking hate his name, joined the French Revolutionary Army. However, military rations were insufficient to satisfy his appetite. He would carry out tasks for other soldiers in return for a share of their rations and scavenge on the dung heap for scrapes. But this was not enough to satisfy him. He was admitted to the military hospital with a case of extreme exhaustion. He was granted quadruple rations, but remained hungry. He would scavenge for garbage in gutters and refuse containers. Eat the scraps of food left by other patients and creep into the apothecary's room to eat the policies. What is it? Poultice. To eat the poultice. A poultice, also called a cataplasm, is a soft, moist mass, often heated and medicated, that is spread in cloth and placed over the skin to treat an aching, inflamed, or painful part of the body. It can be used on wounds such as cuts. He would eat that? Where am I? Military surgeons could not understand his appetite. Terrer was offered to remain in the military hospital to take part in physiological experiments designed by Dr. Corville, surgeon to the 9th Hussar Regime, and Mr. Percy, surgeon-in-chief of the hospital. Corville and Percy decided to test Terrer's capacity for food. A meal had been prepared for 15 laborers near the hospital's gates. For 15, okay. Although generally hospital staff restrained Terrer in the presence of food. Oh damn, they had to restrain him. On this occasion, Corville allowed him to reach the table undisturbed. Terrer ate the entire meal of 2 large meat pies, plates of grease and salt, and 4 gallons of milk, and then immediately fell asleep. What the fuck? Corville noted that Terrer's belly became taut and inflated like a large balloon. On another occasion, Terrer was presented with a live cat. He tore the cat's abdomen open with his teeth and drank its blood and proceeded to eat the entire cat aside from its bones before vomiting up its fur and skin. Allowing this, hospital staff offered Terrer a variety of other animals, including snakes, lizards, and puppies. Why would they continue to fucking be like, oh, I wonder if he'll eat this one? You know?
Let's give this one a shot.
Yeah. Fuck. All of which were eaten. So he ate all of the other fucking animals.
Hey, homie.
He also swallowed an entire eel without chewing, having first crushed its head with its teeth.
I want you to know that it gets worse.
What the fuck? How do you find this shit?
Autistic people online.
I would have loved to give this to the trans woman that we had.
This is a good class.
Why?
She was super smart. She was
Okay.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Like she, I feel like it would be interesting to her. I don't know.
Did she get discharged already?
Huh?
Did she get discharged?
Yeah, she got discharged. Okay, wait. Where am I?
Yeah.
After several months that he spent as an experimental case, military authorities began to press for Terrer to be returned to active duty. Dr. Corville was keen to continue his investigations. Into Terrer's eating habits and digestive system, and approached General Alexander de Somebody with a suggestion that Terrer's unusual abilities and behavior could be put to military use. See? So they're not using him. Oh, maybe they fucking forced him to shower there, and that's why they were like.
Maybe that's like how Captain America came around.
A document was placed inside a wooden box, which was in turn fed to Terrer. 2 days later, the box was retrieved from his excrement, with the document still in legible condition. Corville proposed to the somebodies that Terrer could thus serve as a military carrier carrying documents securely through enemy territory with
In his
no
asshole?
risk of them being found if he were searched.
In his
No.
asshole.
Through
He
his
would eat it-
digestive
he would
system.
Eat it, and then they were like perfectly like who picks that? Now you just show up and go, here you go, JJ. or is there a private? Hey, private, come get this shit.
Hey, I got a little present for you. Come here.
Yeah, did you just fucking fart?
No, you're thinking about assholes. That's why.
No, said it in real talk, like hey, Summer. Here you go.
Why does he sound like Forrest Gump?
I was gonna say, this guy is like French Forrest Gump. He totally is. He's gonna meet King Louis III and be like, I have to pee.
I must have had live 15 Dr. Pepper. Okay.
No, but no, real talk. Who's gonna take that shit out? Like, I just walked 40 miles.
He's just gonna shit. He's just gonna show up.
I just walked.
Salute! And then he squats. Squats! Just takes a dump.
No, but like, I just walked 40 miles. There better be a motherfucker out here. Pick this shit out. Esto rosado.
I've been pinching it for like 2 miles.
Half of it is poking out. My thighs rub. You get over here. Get this shit out.
Because they said his mental state was normal, so he probably did. He probably was like that. Who knows? I wonder if he had a sense of humor. Does it say?
He said it, they said he was apathetic.
Okay, let's see. Okay, okay. Terrer was called. Terrer was called on, by that dude to demonstrate his abilities before a gathering of commanders of the army of the Rhine. Having swallowed the box successfully, Terrer was given a wheelbarrow filled with 30 pounds of raw bull's lungs and liver as a reward, which he immediately ate in front of the assembled generals. Following this successful demonstration, Terrer became employed officially as a spy of the army in the Rhine. Although General whatever the fuck his name is, was convinced of Terror's physical capacity to carry messages internally, he was concerned about his mental state and reluctant to entrust him initially with significant military documents. Terrer was ordered at his first assignment to carry a message to a French colonel imprisoned by the Prussians near. So he's got to go to this guy's jail and take a shit in his cell or something?
Hey, bro, I got a message for you.
How are you going to get in there?
Hey, bro, I got a message for you.
How do you sneak into prison? How do you sneak into, like...
I got a
where they're
message for
keeping-
you. What is it? You have to go in my ass and get it out. Hurry before the guards get here. Hurry!
It wasn't quite ready, so I need you to go and retrieve it.
With your mouth.
Hurry.
Con la boca.
They're like down the hall. There's no time to think about this shit.
You can wash your hand later.
Chop, chop, motherfucker.
And you know what? It's even worse. And he takes it out. It's like a fucking scroll.
It's a screw. It's a hole. Because this is like 17 something.
I know. It's got the wooden ends. And he pops it out. He goes, put it back in.
Shut up.
All right, hurry up and take it out. They're coming. Pop! You see the pop?
Are you gonna eat this pillow? On the way out.
Since I'm here. What about this cobija? I gotta go. No,
I gotta go.
You do a salute real quick, and the guards are like, I got cotton all over I cotton all over my fucking mustache. Because I assume he has a mustache. It's French.
He's French. Oh my
Go
god. Go on. We're trying to get to this. We always veer off. Okay. Boo, 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 boo. He was told that the documents were of great military significance, but in reality, the Bulaka had merely written a note asking the colonel to confirm that the message had been received successfully, and if so, to return a reply of any potentially useful information about Prussian troop movements. So just write something in it and then stick it back in. The whole scroll.
The first post office.
And that's how the post office was born.
And that's why he walks like this. He's walking over with scrolls up his ass, dude. Like,
He walks like he's on stilts.
hey, so like, if you gotta take a shit, do you take the scroll out and then shit and then wipe or whatever the fuck they do, and then just put it back in there?
I don't
Or
know.
does it go back in through his mouth the way it went in?
Ah! Ew, he had to eat the scroll to send the message back.
I don't remember eating corn.
You're so nasty.
They don't even have corn out here.
Oh my god. We can
Avocado? Here we go.
we could never get through an article.
There you go.
This is a really good one. Terror crossed Prussian lines under cover of darkness, disguised as a German peasant. Unable to speak German, he soon attracted the attention of local residents, who alerted the Prussian authorities, and he was captured outside Landau. A strip search found nothing suspicious on his person, and despite being whipped by Prussian soldiers, he refused to betray his mission. Brought before the local Prussian commander, General somebody, he again refused to talk and was imprisoned. After 24 hours of captivity, Terror relented and explained the scheme of his captors. He was chained to a latrine, and eventually, 30 hours after being swallowed, the wooden box emerged. What?
A box came out of his asshole.
Yes.
The fuck is it? Like a fucking what do you call those eggs? Those expensive ass eggs. They're like held in like the museum.
Those porcelain eggs?
No, like they're like held in the museum. Like you're not, you don't touch them. All right, those eggs. Like that came out of his ass.
Yeah. Okay, where am I? Zoegli.
A box.
Zoegli was furious when the documents which Terror had said contained vital intelligence transpired only to be in somebody's dummy message, and Terror was taken to a gallows and the noose placed around his neck. Some sources state that General Zoegli never retrieved the box, as Terror had the presence of mind to recover and eat the stool containing it before it could be seized by the Prussians. Wait, I'm totally lost.
No, I'm not.
I'm lost. What?
He ate his own shit.
So
Shut up.
it's just saying that there's a different version of the story where he ate his shit before the captors saw it.
He kept eating the box.
Yeah.
Because 30 hours later. Well, maybe, I don't know. It's only 30 hours later.
I can't hold a box in my ass for 30 hours.
I've never tried.
I won't.
Well, if he had diarrhea, it mentioned that he had diarrhea all the time. He always had diarrhea, so if he continued, I don't know. Yeah, he probably was fucking eating it. If he had diarrhea, that means that bitch was sliding out all the time.
Ew.
Oh, shit.
Think about it. And so he held up for 30 hours. How many times you think he took a shit in 30 hours if he had diarrhea?
So he just kept recycling.
Let's say once or twice every hour. That's 60 times that he swallowed his own shit.
You're doing the fucking math.
I am, because if you do like once, oh my god, right? Like twice, like and three, you got a problem, buddy. You know, and then, but he did it 60 times. That's fucking commitment right there. Is
I'm not eating my own shit.
do they
I don't care how big of a mission it is.
do the French celebrate him in any way?
I don't know.
No, for doing that. No, well he got caught anyway. So okay, let's see.
The French
At the last minute, Zoegli relented and Terreur was taken down from the scaffold, given a severe beating, and released near the French lines. Okay. Following this incident, Terreur was desperate to avoid further military service and returned to the hospital, telling Percy that he would attempt any possible cure for his appetite. Percy treated him with laudanum. What is that?
It's a chemical.
Laudanum is a tincture of opium containing approximately 10% powdered opium by weight. Laudanum is prepared by dissolving extracts from the opium poppy in alcohol. Okay. Percy treated him with laudanum without success. Further treatments with wine vinegar and tobacco pills were likewise unsuccessful. Following these failures, Percy fed Terreur large quantities of soft-boiled eggs, but this only failed to suppress his appetite.
Sounds good.
Efforts to keep him on any kind of controlled diet failed. He would sneak out of the hospital to scavenge for offal outside butcher shops. What's offal? Offal, also called variety meats, pluck, or organ meats, is the internal organs of a butchered animal. The word does not refer to a particular list of edible organs, and these lists of organs vary with culture and region, but usually exclude skeletal muscle. Okay. And to fight stray dogs for carrion in gutters, alleys, and rubbish heaps. He was also caught several times within the hospital drinking from patients undergoing bloodletting and attempting to eat the bodies in the hospital's morgue.
That's fucking Wolverine right there, man. I'm telling you.
Oh
Captain
my
America
god. Other doctors believed that Terreur was mentally ill and pressed for him to be transferred to a lunatic asylum. But Percy was keen to continue his experiments, and Terreur remained in the military hospital. After some time, a 14-month-old child disappeared from the hospital, and Terreur was immediately suspected. Percy was unable or unwilling to defend him, and the hospital staff chased Terreur from the hospital, to which he never returned. Oh, okay. 4 years later, in 1798, an M. Tassier of Versailles Hospital contacted Percy to notify that a patient of theirs wished to see him. It was Terreur, now bedridden and weak. 4 years later, Terreur told Percy that he had swallowed a golden fork 2 years earlier, and he believed was lodged inside him and causing his current weakness. He hoped that Percy could find some way to remove it. Percy, however, recognized that he had advanced tuberculosis. A month later, Terreur began to experience continuous exudative diarrhea. Dying shortly afterwards. The corpse rotted quickly. The surgeons of the hospital refused to dissect it. Tessier, however, wanted to find out how Terrier differed from the norm internally, and he was also curious as to whether the gold fork was actually lodged inside him. At the autopsy, Terrier's gullet was found to be abnormally wide, and when his jaws were opened, surgeons could see down a broad canal into the stomach. His body was found to be filled with pus, and his liver and gallbladder were abnormally large. His body was filled with pus. Ew. And his stomach was enormous, covered in ulcers, and filling most of his abdominal cavity. The fork was never found. Oh shit. Oops. So, let's see. Okay, I was just reading about tuberculosis. It's an infectious disease usually caused by MTB bacteria. Tuberculosis generally affects the lungs, but it can also affect other parts of the body. Most infections show no symptoms, in which case it is known as latent tuberculosis. Hola, buenas noches. Exudative. Why exudative? That's crazy. I love how you found this. This was fun to read.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ta-ta!